Welcome to the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Friday, October 14th. Over the next few days, we will have no significant fire potential impacts for the Great Basin, but we will continue to see warmer temperatures, about 8 to 10 degrees above normal, with continued drying, especially across Idaho, Wyoming, the northern half of Utah into Nevada. We will see some showers return to the far south later this weekend. We've had no precipitation or lightning over the last 24 hours, and minimal fire activity with just a few smaller fires reported. Over the last 7 to 14 days, we've seen drier conditions continue across the northern two-thirds of the Great Basin, with just some moisture most recently in southern and eastern Utah and parts of the Arizona Strip. ERCs have continued to climb with this warmer and drier weather we've had across the Great Basin and are either well above normal or near records for the time of year over Idaho, Wyoming, northern Utah into Nevada. However, even near records for the time of year, that's still relatively low fire potential, but certainly the grasses and the fine fuels will be on the dry side, and we are seeing a decrease in our 100-hour fuel moisture. Later today, we will continue to see a ridge of high pressure dominate much of the west, but there is an area of low pressure moving into Southern California towards the weekend, but still dry conditions and warm temperatures are expected today. We will again see more yellow on the map across parts of Idaho into Nevada, and eventually building further east. Relative humidity will remain in the teens to single digits across much of the region, with generally light winds. We will have some breezier northwest winds still over western Wyoming. As we move into Saturday, this area of low pressure moves into Southern California and the northern part of the Baja Peninsula, pushing some moisture into mainly Arizona, but also possibly into the Arizona Strip, far southern Nevada, going into Saturday. Relative humidity still in the teens to single digits region-wide, and generally light to moderate winds. As we move into Sunday, this is where we'll start to see some moisture move across southern Utah, so we will expect an increase in showers and thunderstorms in the far south, but still warm and dry conditions under the ridge continue over the northern half to two-thirds of the Great Basin, with continued drying showing up on our significant fire potential map. Relative humidity will increase obviously in the far south with that moving in, but still remain in the single digits to teens across much of the rest of the region. Winds generally light to moderate, but we could see some gusty outflow winds with these thunderstorms in southern Utah. Forecast amounts of precipitation, much of the heavier precipitation will remain to our south in the southwest, but again we'll see some lighter shower activity move its way up north into the Arizona Strip, southern Nevada, and far southern Utah. Going into early next week, the ridge continues to dominate with warm and dry conditions and continuing to see drying trends on our significant fire potential map. So we do expect ERCs well above normal and probably near records over much of the northern half of Nevada into northern Utah and Idaho. On Tuesday, that ridge starts to get pushed a little bit further east with an area of low pressure off the west coast. This could increase some clouds over parts of western Nevada into the Sierra. And then on Wednesday, this low continues to track south down along the California coast, so much of that moisture will remain to our west, but we could see some increase in humidity or some cloud cover in the far west. Similar conditions on Thursday, but we could see some of that moisture move into southern Nevada. No real changes in the precipitation, much of the moisture staying to the west of our area going into next week. And then the 8 to 14 day outlook from October 21st through the 27th shows warmer conditions. However, we'll see near normal temperatures over the western side of the basin, and we are expecting an increase in precipitation going into the latter half of October. That concludes our webcast for today. This will be our last fire potential webcast for the season. We will be transitioning into our off-season smoke dispersion forecast going into next week, and those will be issued on Mondays and Wednesdays. Have a great weekend.